most of my lead auditor courses, I keep getting this question about sampling. And the management system auditors, as well as the organizations that are being audited, they all want to understand why is audit sampling used and how would the auditor know whether the sample size that he or she selected was good enough to determine the audit results. Audit sampling, as we all understand, is a very, very important criteria to determine the effectiveness of any audit. The inferences or the audit conclusions that the auditors draw, they are fully based on the effectiveness of sampling. So let me share a simple explanation to this based on ISO 19011 standard. During the management system audits, whether internal or external third-party audits, it is neither very practical nor cost-effective to review all the available information. And generally in the organizations, the documented information is huge. Since I visit a lot of educational organizations, I can also mention that the locations, they are too dispersed, and this does not allow you to cover each area. There would be multiple classrooms, multiple training rooms, and you just can't cover 100% of it. So a practical solution is always to select less than 100% of the total data set or population that's available. Now, an auditor should know those specific characteristics of that data population, which can help him to reach the conclusion, because he's the one who needs to gain that confidence that the audit objectives can be achieved. Now, with the sampling, of course, generally there is a possibility of either not selecting the right sample, or maybe sometimes, we as auditors, we get biased. So there's a risk associated with sampling, but this risk can be mitigated. And there are two ways to do this. Number one, carefully choose the type of data or population that you would need to draw an inference. Every data may not be useful data, every data may not be quality data. And by knowing the right sample size, you will be able to do justice to your auditing. If the data that you've sampled is insufficient or it is not accurate, then you should clearly know that your audit results may not be really reliable. The second very important point is choose the most appropriate sampling method. This can either be judgment-based or it can be statistical sampling. If you are an experienced auditor, if you have enhanced your competence already, if you have audited these similar organizations before that you're auditing now, and if you understand the complexity of requirements and the organization's processes well, then you should always go for the judgment method. On the other hand, if you want to go by the statistical sampling where the probability theory is used, your sampling plan can be either attribute-based or it can be variable-based. Let me explain the difference between the two through an example. So if you're auditing a training institute and the requirements of the admission procedures say that each learner must meet the admission criteria. Now, in order to confirm this, the auditor will have to evaluate the admission results. While he is evaluating the admission results, he can use the attribute-based approach. Whereas the variable-based approach, he can use in a scenario where, for example, he has to examine the number of incidents and accidents that have occurred in the transportation process of the college, or if he has to evaluate the number of security breaches in the school. But in the statistical sampling, there's a limitation. The auditor should know the percentage of sampling risk that he's ready to accept. So it becomes very important that you document the entire plan. You document everything that you have considered while sampling. Talking about my own experience, the kind of method that I generally prefer using, I've conducted more than 2,000 audits so far, and now I feel very comfortable with the judgment-based sampling. And I also feel very confident about my audit conclusions. So I would say that we must apply our professional judgments during the audit process. And also, we should be able to determine whether the intent of the requirements of the applicable management system standard they've been met by the organization or not. And as auditors, we all can add immense value to the processes and systems of a lot of organizations. So our competence and our personal attributes, even they play a major role. And I'm planning to talk about these in the next session. Thank you.